Yeah, it was a different time because, I know a lot of people who didn't grow up like this it may be hard to understand, but like, we had uh we had cable where you have like already channels and you can just like, flip to like channel 21 and which I don't know, for me channel 21 was nothing. It was like whatever, but
Well, and it all depended on the area
yeah,
that you lived in.
yeah,
Like my area, the Fox channel, because I remember them because they had great Saturday morning cartoons,
yeah.
was 32.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
I mean, 32
Yeah.
for where you grew up
Yeah.
is probably something
Yeah, it
entirely
was totally
different.
different. Yeah, because usually, like for in my area, I remember it was all of like your local channels were in the lower numbers, like from like 2 to 11, where it's like
Yeah.
like CBS, ABC, Fox, all that, and then like in the like 20s and 30 channels were getting into like your like Nickelodeon or
Yeah,
USA,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, because the weird thing is that 32, I think if we were to use antenna,
Mhm.
it would have been 17.
Yeah.
But either way, both of those numbers were very high for a local station
Yeah,
because
yeah,
like ABC was like, I want to say it was like 2 and CBS was like 3
yeah,
and NBC was like 8
yeah, yeah,
and then Fox was just like
yeah, yeah,
17 or
yeah,
32 or something.
yeah,
I might be wrong. Maybe Fox on the local cable network was 17. Maybe I'm thinking of like MTV or something
oh
being
yeah,
32.
yeah,
For some reason, the number 30, because the TV we had in our playroom it didn't even have a remote.
oh yeah, that's super annoying.
Yeah, like remotes were like a bigger thing. And so I just remember having to like get up and go over. And I think the TV had, it wasn't like you punched in the numbers. It had like buttons for each channel. And then you could push a button at the bottom that would like change it to the second selection and then the third selection. So like
Okay.
the number 2 button could say like, it could say like channel 2. And then I think it also said like 35 and then like 75 or something like that.
Yeah.
Something weird like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
We also used to have remember the cable boxes
Oh yeah,
where you actually had to depress the button
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it would click.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, I'm sure like anyone who's younger than us are
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah. They're like, no idea.
what?
Yeah.
That's not how it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
But by the 90s, most of that was gone.
Right.
But in the 80s, it was there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in the 90s, there was still like, well, it wasn't like digital cable.
No. It definitely wasn't. It was all analog.
Yeah.
And they had because we didn't have set-top boxes for most stuff. They had no idea how many TVs you were watching it from.
Yeah.
You just ran a splitter to whatever you
Right.
wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good times. Very good. Yeah. And I mean, so you could easily just like, pick a channel, and depending on what time of day it was, usually like between, I don't know, like at least 5 and 7. I don't know. I particularly remember it was like between like 4 and 6, you could watch some good TV, maybe like, a couple cartoons, then, some shows, usually on most of the channels, like from like 6, starting at like 6 o'clock, it was news. 7 o'clock might have been like some game shows like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune.
Yep.
And then after that it was like prime time. So then 8 o'clock to whatever, it was some shows.
Yeah. And I think most of the shows that I'm thinking of right now, I think I watched them earlier. Like another show I've got on my list is Wonder Years, but that was definitely in prime time.
Yeah.
And that show was just like what, the end of the 80s?
Yeah. I feel like it might have been, it probably started at the end of the 80s.
Here, let me look it up. By the way, I found one of these old cable boxes.
Yeah.
I'll put it up on the screen for everyone else to see, but it is, it's hilarious. It's got these huge buttons that you click, and then each button represents 3 different things. So you had to select if you wanted the top one, middle one, and then there was a tuner button or a wheel on the side so you could fine tune in the station. It was another era.